Right now, I am joined by my guests to discuss, the ease of doing business environment in Nigeria and appraise, Nigeria's current business environment. I'm joined now by my guest, who is the Director General of the Market Traders Association of Nigeria, Prince Ajisefinni Ayodeji. Thank you again for joining us on Business Daily.
Thank you and good morning, everybody. I'm happy to be part of this program on Business Day.
Thank you very much for joining, and good morning to you too. You have seen the comments that most Nigerians have, responded in regards to the tweet we put out on social media. But let us hear from you now, and as someone who, is the Director General of a Marketing and Business Association. How would you describe the current business environment in Nigeria for market traders?
In all fairness, this is not new. Anytime there is transition of power, a lot of things will be affected. Among of such is the poor performance of business in Nigeria today. New government with new policies, looking and implementing will affect the business activities in the country. And to summarize this, market traders are just coming up again after they went on sabbatical leave because most of their businesses are on hold due to so many reasons, government policies, social policies, and all these inflationary rates affected the performance of traders. And when we are talking about traders, we are talking about the nano category that formed 75% of the market traders in Nigeria. Thank you.
Yeah, so from all you have said now, if you could, briefly summarize the current business environment, maybe in a word, I would rather you even did that in one word. What would you say is the current situation in one word?
The current situation is not palatable for traders.
Indeed, he said that the current situation of the Nigerian business space is not palatable. But we do want to delve into the challenges that business owners and business people who own and run businesses in Nigeria are currently facing. But we will do that after the break. So do stay. My guest, who is Prince Ajisefinni Ayodeji, is still on standby. Do stay. And you're still watching Business Daily, coming to you live on Trust TV. And just before the break, we started our conversation proper, where we are appraising the current business environment in Nigeria. And I still have my guest with me, who is the Director General of the Market Traders Association of Nigeria, Prince Ajisefinni Ayodeji. Thank you again for joining us on Business Daily.
You're welcome. Thank you too.
Before we started, or right before the break, you talked about how the environment is not as conducive. In your words, you said not palatable. But we would like to hear, the specific challenges that you are facing currently as market traders. What would those challenges be?
Thank you very much, and I welcome our audience, the business people in Nigeria and all over the world. Number one major problem the business traders are facing is the issue of inflationary rate. The inflation rate is moving at a level where no trader can predict what market will say or will do. Cost of capital is another issue. Purchasing power of our customers has come down drastically. And some policies from both states and governments are affecting the survival of traders in the market. Not to mention a lot. We have more than enough, but these are the major challenges our traders are facing, which is making the business to be too harsh to survive in. Not that the government are not trying their best. They are. We need to appreciate that. But it is not yet impactful on the traders as a whole.
Okay, you touched on policy and policy direction that we have seen, so far come from the President President Tinubu's administration. But we will, like to touch more on policy and regulation aspect. Are there specific policies or initiatives that have been, most beneficial and most detrimental to running a business as market traders in Nigeria?
Thank you. Let's start from the issue of the removal of subsidy, which after May 29 inauguration was done. Most of the market women don't have the knowledge of the implication of that. Sincerely speaking, is the best. As a businessman, you should be able to run your business at the actual cost of operation, irrespective of any subsidy or intervention. But implementation of this has affected and it led to the inflation position we are in Nigeria today. One, there should be enough advocacy on the impact, the expected impact of the subsidy removal. As a businessman and as a business development service provider, we know the direct impact of this removal of subsidy will not come in a short time. It's a long-term project, but the short-term effect is what has affected businesses in Nigeria. And at the same time, the cost of capital, the interest rate that was just increased from what we, the traders, are complaining of about 25-26%. Now, to take a loan from any commercial bank is nothing less than 30-35%. And how many of our traders have that skill of what we call cost accounting to know how to spread their costs based on the interest rates? And with this, the purchasing power of the customers has been affected. Most of the policies have long-run effects, but they need a short-term relief or intervention to reduce the direct impact, because the direct impact has really dealt with so many traders in the market to close down their shop. And you know the implication of that. The direct implication is that the demand and supply will never be at equilibrium level. What people want will be increasing, but people to provide it are not available because of these challenges of, one, cost of capital. Access to loan at single digit is no longer existing. And what can sustain any trader is for them to have direct access to a single digit loan, which will help them to survive as a trader.
But beyond the, I would say, interest rates now and the double-digit interest rates that we have seen, increase, I believe, 3 times in the year 2024, what other regulatory or policy direction would you want, or changes, I should say, would you want to see that could improve the business climate for market traders?
Well, another thing that is affecting market traders, both at the state and federal level, is the policies of either the state or the states or federal government in respect of ease of doing business. When we talk about ease of doing business in any state, and in the process of formulating that law, who are the stakeholders that are supposed to be part of it? The direct stakeholders should be the private sectors and my associations like ours. Unfortunately, Most of the ease of doing business policies are formed and without the direct involvement of the beneficiary, which our own inputs are not always incorporated. Double taxation. Federal government will come, state government will come, local government will come. And most of them, they use best judgment assessment in giving bill to we, the traders. Who are we transferring this to? Cost of diesel, cost of petrol. The higher the cost from the transportation or logistic aspect of our businesses, it bounces back on we, the traders. And how do we want to survive? We need to increase our cost or selling price of our products. It is not convenient for us. We too are not happy increasing the cost of our selling price of our products every day. And the issue of price control, the government are planning on. We will not stop them from doing that. But we need some collaborative effort in considering the relevant stakeholders. And when the issue of price control is being considered, the cost of production should be considered. And if these things are looked in,
Prince Ajisefinni Ayodeji speaking to challenges in the business climate here in Nigeria. He is the Director General of the Market Traders Association of Nigeria, and he was speaking to the challenges that are currently being faced by market traders. He talked about double-digit interest rate, where business owners have to approach banks and take loans at high interest rate, and paying back these loans are usually quite difficult. He also did speak to double taxation at federal, state, and local levels, and also did talk about collaborations and communications between business owners in Nigeria and the government. But we also will be touching briefly on other challenges that are currently being faced and the ease of doing business, and the collaborative aspect also that the association has had with the government. But we will do so after the break, so do stay.